This is the first video starting with a business that I haven't had experience with, so completing this after, well, close to the deadline. It looks impressive when I scan through it, so as with all of the other videos, I don't read into the details of what the business is about, because when I read your answers, I want to see if it resonates with your core business. Then I don't need the case study or your business to know. I get to know your business through your answers, is the way I want to put it. Let me get to 7.1. Here we go. So levels and service. So this is going to be interesting because I have no experience with your business. Okay, so minimal to high is what we mentioned. Save your time for the test, right? Just say low, medium, or high. If I look at IT support, I could think medium because through my experience, if you have AnyDesk, they can just ask you for the AnyDesk number or PIN, then they access your laptop, fix your IT query, and then hop off. You don't need interaction with them. The IT specialist does everything. But if you are of such service where you need the customer to go to your premises physically, or they come to you and they need to be present for the entire service encounter, say they need to install new software and it has to happen face-to-face constantly because you need to provide information, passwords, account information, then that's high. So always start your answer with whether it's low, high, medium, and why you say so. Delivery contact types. Okay, so I would suggest these are super cool interpretations. For the purpose of this module and this learning outcome, you need to say whether it is the customer visiting the service provider visiting the customer, or delivering at arm's length. So if your IT consultant goes to a student res, that would be service organization visiting the customer. If the customer has to come to your premises, the other way around. If you use AnyDesk or any other way to access the computer remotely for any installations, that would be arm's length. 7.2 considerations. Timing. No, this is fine. I would just suggest adding that, say, a simple installation of Windows would take up to an hour. That would be duration, sorry. So timing would be more practical, would be if they have an issue, if your IT team is available 24/7. Let's say 24/7 would be your additional application. Duration, as mentioned, they need to know how long the service encounter will last. If it is doing it remotely, they can tell you, okay, we need access to your computer for 2 hours. Then you know, okay, I can't work on my computer for 2 hours. If it goes into if the customer's present isn't necessarily the whole service encounter, they would need to know, okay, 2 hours will be the time we need. Drop it off, collect in 2 hours. So give me a time there. Payment. First thing I want to see, do they pay before the service, do they pay after the service, or do they pay before and after? Usually with ordering a new system, a hard drive or a new motherboard, it needs to be payment before in terms of the deposit, and then afterwards, typically it would be before, then you collect afterwards. If it's for you drop off and you just want your computer to be clean, decluttered, then it would probably be payment after. Okay, Mr. D. If I look at your answers, you will get your marks. Just consider when you get to the test. And I'll give you a tip. If you, for example, look at electronic channels, study what's in the textbook and relay your information according to that. So if you watch the first video, you know exactly what I mean. Lack of emotional intelligence, that's interesting. Very valid, actually. Very good interpretation there. It's very impressive. Real world example. I think you covered real world here already. So to help you just to address time in the test, you wouldn't need these additional information. While it will help you with the Padlet marks, you will already have your marks by just explaining it as you did. This is all theoretical. You need to, you say define IT support business mission. You need to tell me what your mission is, what your vision is. The easiest way to answer strategic requirements or developing your strategy would to say who, what, when, how, where. The textbook for that sentence, I think it's the first one. If you interpret the who, what, when, where, how, that would be the strategic requirements, or I need a practical example of the mission and values or objectives. Okay, so while this is theoretically correct, you need to break down your department, that organization, I would guess for yours. Google organizational structure, think back to BMAN. On top, you have the owner of Blackout IT. You have your support technician, your software developer, whatever. You just need to mention the teams, cross-functional teams, okay? What would be the team leaders' titles? And if you do that in the test based on that case study, easy marks there. Yeah, so here you have it anyway. So if you draw it, that would be much better. So then you illustrate, because the whole gist of this is whether it is a flat or deep structure. It would be technical support, customer service, operations, and then you have your team leaders for each, and then you have the main manager. Perfect management answer. I haven't seen such a good answer, I think, from most videos, or feedback rather. This is really a good one, so well done there. Perfect knowledge and attitude requirement. This is perfect, so well done on that too. Just check your internal marketing. Right, so this is completely incorrect. What I want you to do is watch the first video. It is a triangle, but you need to be able to draw the service triangle. In other words, the company, which would be Blackout IT support, the employees, all of those you just mentioned in your previous answer, customers, who are your customers, students, staff, random people seeking technical services in terms of IT. What is your external promise? What is your internal marketing? What is your interactive marketing? If you watch a few videos, I'm sure you will get an idea of what to provide there. Just for the test purpose, you need to be able to draw the correct triangle and interpret all 6 elements. Then we have, you only had to do 2. Well, that's good. Hire the right personnel. They need the qualification for IT. They need to have knowledge of computers. Just check, you don't need strategic requirements in this answer. That would be for your corporate culture. So we just need your hiring this is already sufficient for your answer. So don't waste too much time in providing such lengthy information. While it really help your Padlet marks for the test, save time and just provide what you have to. Continuous training. Yeah, perfect. Perfect answers there. So if I scan through your detailed analysis, I really get an idea, you understand exactly what's going on. I'm just trying to give you tips to save time, because this is going to take too much time for the marks you're going to get, if that makes sense. So well done with this answer, really impressive. Just check 8.2